Yeah, Matsumoto Castle. So cool. Welcome to Zenkoji Temple. Photographs are prohibited. The gate's protected by two fierce guardians that keep away evil spirits. Samurai. We've reached the top. I'm gonna take the Shinkansen from Tokyo up to Nagano. The ride's about 2 hours, 15 minutes or so. I'm gonna stay up there for a couple days. My room's near Nagano Station, and it's walking distance to go see one of Japan's most famous temples. One thing I like about Japan is its car culture. It's a 25-minute walk to the temple, but look what I spotted. This Honda Civic Type R FK8. So cool. The Type Rs are the fastest front-wheel drive car you can buy, and they hold Nürburgring record lap times. Nagano is famous worldwide for hosting the 1998 Winter Olympics. It's the beginning of 2025, and a lot of the Japanese people like going to the temples to get the year started off right. If you saw the Narita video, it was crazy crowded. We'll see how this one is, because it's been a few days for sure. But yeah, there's a lot of vendors on the road, and the town just seems busy in general. Founded in the 7th century, this is one of the most important temples in Japan. It houses the first Buddhist statue ever to be in the country. The city of Nagano grew up and developed around this temple because of its great importance. Here we go. Welcome to Zenkoji Temple. Here on the walk up to the Great Hall are temple lodgings. They're for those who want to stay and attend a sunrise service or ceremony, which visitors receive blessings from a top priest. The gate's protected by two fierce guardians that keep away evil spirits. The original Buddha statue is hidden somewhere in the temple. Every 6 years, they bring out a copy of it for worshipers to see. The next opportunity to see it is in 2027. The main temple approach is lined with various shops and restaurants and places to buy souvenirs as well. I'd say this is one of the more unique Starbucks in the world. Look at the queue for this place. They're selling freshly baked apple pie with a prized locally grown apple called shinsus. It's cold. Before entering the temple, we'll go over to the incense burning. It said applying the smoke will purify your heart and cure elements of the body. The main hall coming up was most recently built in 1707 and houses various Buddha statues. A fee is required to enter the inner chamber to be close to its main altar. But check this out. From there, you can access an underground passage where you walk through in complete darkness in search of the key to paradise. The key is on the wall in the corridor and is believed to grant salvation to anybody who touches it. Although I wanted to, I didn't get a ticket to go try to find the key because I figured it would be way too crowded. Photographs are prohibited. But there's a peak. I'm definitely gonna have to come back another time and search for that key How cool is that? So yeah, the last time that they rebuilt this main hall was over 300 years ago. My guess is the original Buddha is hidden in there somewhere. You see how it's starting to snow. Looks really cool. The pagoda ahead houses Zenkoji's history museum. Apparently you could worship in there as well. Let's go check it out. The info I read said that it was recently built, so it's probably relatively new. It's not that old like the rest of the temple, being from the 7th century. Be careful of falling snow. Yep, Nagano is the gateway for snowboarding and skiing. There's Hakuba Valley and Miyako Kogen, which I'll be heading to in a couple days. Storms coming in. The security said I couldn't video from inside, but I'm standing in the doorway, which is okay, to check out, I guess, the altar. The sign says, "This kyozo was completed in 1769. The Utaganyo rotating sutra holder inside contains a complete set of the Buddhist sutras. One rotation of the holder blesses one as much religious merit as chanting all the sutras." Wow, pretty cool. As the sun goes down and the lights come on the temple grounds, it just looks really cool, really beautiful. Gonna head back to my room and have a really cool day planned tomorrow. We're gonna go visit a really cool famous castle that's not too far from here. I wonder if these are the Shinsu apples or if they're Fuji's, but wow, look how big they are. Cool. Just to teach you something about Japanese car culture, you see the green and yellow badge. That's a symbol that you put on your car when you're a brand new driver so other people can beware. I decided to grab some food before heading back to the hotel. It's going to be a really cool day tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. So I'll see everybody in the morning. Okay, it's the next morning. We're at Nagano Station. It's about an hour and 15-minute ride. We're heading to the city of Matsumoto. Matsumoto is the second largest city in the Nagano prefecture. And once we get there, it's a 20-minute walk to go to probably its most famous attraction, Matsumoto Castle. There's another one. Remember that symbol from last night? Yeah, it's funny because, like I said, it means you're a brand new driver in Japan. But in the street race community in America, people thought it meant you were a rookie, a brand new race car driver, which has nothing to do with it. Just funny how people thought that and used that for years on their cars. This is it. We've arrived. You can see the castle right there in the background. So can't wait to go check it out.
And here we are. We made it to Matsumoto Castle.
Nicknamed the Crow Castle because of its unique black exterior, it's one out of 12 remaining original castles in Japan. In its history, the castle was ruled by men under powerful samurai. One thing about Matsumoto Castle is its backdrop of the beautiful Japanese Alps, and Matsumoto City is a great home base to go visit them. The clear waters which make up the moat also make the castle very picturesque, along with the castle grounds, which mid-April has some pretty incredible cherry blossoms to view. The castle was built so it can be easily defended, with slits for shooting enemies and openings to drop stones and burning pitch on enemies below. I got my ticket online just to be sure. There's different time slots to enter the castle, but if you didn't plan ahead, you can go ahead and get one right here at the office as well. The castle has a group of performers dressed as historical figures.
Samurai. Yeah. The castle was built in the 16th century and is still composed of most of its original parts. It's considered a Japanese national treasure. Cold.
You're forbidden to enter the castle with shoes, so they give you this plastic bag to put them inside. Good luck, I have my backpack so I can put them in there and keep my hands free. To preserve the castle's historic architecture, they didn't outfit it with any modern amenities like elevators. So you have to climb it just like they did back in the day.
Really steep steps. Not for a samurai. Wow.
The castle has 5 tiers with 6 floors with 140 steps to the top, with a maximum of a 61-degree steep climb. The interior's layout was designed to slow the movement of enemies in case they entered. The museum inside is showing some of the original pieces of the castle. This pair of mythical sea creatures with a fish body and a tiger or dragon head are called sachi. They're from the main keep and traditionally placed on castles and temple rooftops and are protective charms against fire. Dating between the 16th and 19th centuries, you'll find here in the castle 141 matchlock muskets and other unique antique firearms. The collection was donated by a husband and wife pair of collectors. The castle has its own demonstration team, the Matsumoto Castle Gun Corps, whose members practice traditional samurai gunnery. The collection's donors, Mr. and Mrs. Akahane, if I said that right, asked that every year all the muskets are disassembled and cleaned so that the weapons would always be kept ready to defend the castle if needed.
Cool.
This says that the 3rd floor is really dark because it's hidden behind the hip roofs outside, and they really don't know what it's used for, but possibly just supplies.
we've reached the top.
Climbed all this way to get some really good views of the city. So there's 4 different viewpoints, north, south, east, and west. Let's check out a couple of them.
Pretty cool. Those steps are huge, steep, and some of them almost a couple feet tall, it seems.
This is the Moon Viewing Pavilion, which was added for passing shoguns on their way to go visit Zenkoji Temple.
Sorry guys, but the princess is in another castle.
At the Family Mart right across the street from the castle, I couldn't help but stop by and check this out. Do you guys know what it is? A car never available in the United States, a Nissan Silvia, or otherwise known as an S15. One of the most iconic drift cars you can possibly have. I figured we could see a little bit more of the city before we head back to the train station. So this is Nawate Street. It's a 200-meter long shopping street on the banks of a river that's been around since the 1500s. The street's known for its frog theme because of the frogs that populated the riverbank, and everybody could hear them almost sing in chorus. Except in 1959 when it rained for several days because of a typhoon, and the level of the river rose so rapidly that the frogs flee to higher ground, never to return. But the street is still known and themed for its previous residents and is one of the most popular places to visit here in Matsumoto. You'll also find the Yohashira Shrine right here as well. I hope everybody enjoyed the video of Zenkoji Temple and Matsumoto Castle here in Nagano Prefecture. If you don't want to wait for my other videos to come out, check out these videos here in Japan as well. And I'll see everybody on the next one.